Did you know that Genghis Khan had two extremely powerful daughters who dominated the history of the world? Yeah, no joke. The world we live in today would be wildly different if it wasn't for them. Today we are going to talk about them. Who were they? How did they gain so much power? And what did they do to change the course of human history forever? You're about to find out, so stick around. Picture this, a young woman named Adlai, living in a time when the world was pretty different from today. Her father, a fierce warrior and respected ruler of a small tribe, had dreams for her that were absolutely larger than life. He didn't just want her to follow the traditional path. He envisioned her as an official advisor in his royal court, playing a key role in shaping decisions about war and peace. Now, that's a big deal, right? But here's the kicker. Back then, most people were totally against the idea of women stepping into such powerful roles. They believed a woman's place was in the home, cooking and caring for the family. It's mind-boggling to think about how much potential was stifled just because of outdated beliefs. Adlai's father saw beyond those limitations, though. He knew that women could bring unique perspectives and insights that were crucial for leadership. Imagine how different things could have been if more people shared his vision. This story of Adlai is not just about one woman's struggle. It reflects the broader challenges faced by women throughout history. It's a reminder that breaking barriers is never easy, but it's absolutely necessary for progress. What do you think? Isn't it inspiring to think about how far we've come and how far we still have to go? Adlai grew up to be even more brilliant and talented than her father had ever imagined. She could ride a horse with the grace of a seasoned warrior and shoot an arrow so straight it would absolutely make your jaw drop. Her skills were legendary in her tribe, and she became a role model for many young girls who dreamed of breaking societal norms. But life took a turn when her father passed away. Despite all his hopes and dreams for her, she was forced to marry a man from a neighboring tribe, a decision that could have stifled her spirit. Yet, Adlai's story didn't end there. Even while married, she didn't let go of her passion for learning and sharing knowledge. She became a beacon of wisdom, teaching others about strategy, leadership, and the importance of education. Her reputation for intelligence spread far and wide, catching the attention of none other than Genghis Khan himself. Can you believe that? He traveled to her tribe seeking her advice on how to effectively govern his rapidly expanding empire. Adlai's insights were instrumental in shaping his strategies, allowing him to become an even greater leader than before. Today, she is remembered as one of the most influential women in history. Even though her name might not ring a bell for many, her legacy is a powerful reminder of how one woman's wisdom can change the course of history, proving that strength and intelligence know no bounds. This isn't just some fairy tale you read to kids. This is a real story from way back when, and it's about Adlai, the daughter of none other than Genghis Khan. Pretty wild, right? So, here's something to think about. Why do you believe stories like this matter? Is it important to shine a light on incredible women like Adlai? I'd love to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Picture this, we're diving back into the incredible world of Genghis Khan, the legendary founder and first great Khan of the Mongol Empire. This empire was massive, stretching all the way from the Pacific Ocean in the east to Eastern Europe in the west. Can you believe it? It's considered one of the largest empires in history. Now, Genghis Khan is often painted as this ruthless warrior, but there's so much more to him than that. He was a brilliant leader and strategist, known for his ability to unite diverse tribes and create a powerful military force. But here's the twist, he was also a family man. That's right, behind every great man, there's an even greater woman, and in Genghis Khan's case, it was his daughters who played crucial roles in his empire. These remarkable women were not just figures in the background, they were influential leaders in their own right, helping to maintain alliances and manage territories. So, as we explore his legacy, it's essential to recognize the contributions of his family, especially his daughters, who helped shape the Mongol Empire. They remind us that leadership isn't just about power. It's about collaboration and support from those we love. What do you think about their impact on history? Did you know Genghis Khan wasn't just about his sons? That's right. He actually had at least 2 daughters, and maybe even 4, though you won't find them in every history book. Let's dive into who these incredible women were. Hula and Aloktai likely came into the world in the late 1160s, right in the heart of Mongolia. Their mother, Sorghoktani, was no ordinary woman. She captured Genghis Khan's heart with her stunning beauty and sharp intellect. Talk about a power couple. Now, there's some debate about Sorghoktani's background. Some folks say she was half Chinese and half Mongol, but the truth is a bit murky. Regardless, her influence was undeniable, and she played a key role in the family dynamics of one of history's most powerful leaders. So, next time you think of Genghis Khan, remember that his legacy includes these remarkable daughters, too. They were part of a fascinating story that often gets overshadowed by their brothers. Isn't that cool? Genghis Khan's journey into marriage began with an arranged union set up by his father, but it was far from a fairy tale. His first wife just couldn't grasp the grand ambitions and dreams that fueled his spirit. This disconnect led him to find true love with Sorghaghtani, a woman who not only understood him, but inspired him. Together, they welcomed the daughters into the world, and from the moment they were born, Genghis Khan recognized their potential. He saw in them a legacy that would continue his lineage and influence. It's fascinating to think about how he valued his daughters in a time when many leaders focused solely on sons. Their names were Altani and Kutulin, and they were not just children, they were part of a larger vision. Genghis Khan's relationship with Sorghaghtani and their daughters highlights a unique aspect of his character, his belief in the strength and capabilities of women, which was quite progressive for his era. So, in reflecting on his life, it's clear that love, family, and ambition intertwined beautifully in Genghis Khan's story. His devotion to Sorghaghtani and their daughters shaped not just his personal life, but also his approach to leadership and legacy. What a remarkable way to look at a historical figure, right? Back in the day, things were pretty wild, especially when it came to women's roles in the royal family, right? In the Mongol Empire, it was almost unheard of for women to step into significant positions. Most folks thought that women should just stay home, cooking and taking care of the kids, while the men handled the big, scary world of politics. But Genghis Khan, he was totally ahead of his time. He recognized that his daughters were not just capable, they were smart, tough, and incredibly brave. He believed that having women in leadership roles would actually bring more balance and fairness to his empire. Imagine that. For example, his daughter, Kutulin, was not only a skilled warrior, but also a fierce negotiator. She famously challenged suitors to wrestling matches, and if they lost, they had to give up their claim to her hand in marriage. Talk about breaking the mold. Genghis Khan's vision was revolutionary. He wanted to empower his daughters, showing that women could hold their own in a male-dominated society. This was a bold move that not only shaped his empire, but also set a precedent for future generations. It's a reminder that sometimes the most unexpected leaders can emerge from the most unlikely places. How cool is that? Genghis Khan had some pretty ambitious plans for his eldest daughter, Hula. He envisioned her stepping up to help run his vast empire, and even becoming the empress of all Mongols. Can you imagine that? A woman in such a powerful role back then? But that's not all. He also wanted Hula to be a diplomat, kind of like an ambassador who would meet with other leaders to chat about peace and trade. It was a big deal, especially since he picked a husband for her from a powerful Chinese family. This marriage was supposed to unite his people with the Chinese and boost his kingdom's strength. Pretty clever, right? Now, let's not forget the times they lived in. Back then, many folks weren't exactly on board with women in politics. Even some of Genghis Khan's closest friends and family raised their eyebrows at his plans for his daughters. But here's the thing, Genghis Khan didn't let that stop him. He believed in his daughters and their potential to do amazing things. He supported them wholeheartedly, proving that he was ahead of his time when it came to empowering women. How inspiring is that? Growing up with a dad like that, you can bet Hula and Alakai had quite the education. They didn't just pick up reading and writing. They were out there learning how to ride horses and shoot arrows, just like any other Mongol kid, whether a boy or a girl. Pretty cool, right? When they reached the right age, their father had marriage plans for them. But hold on, that's not where their story ends. After tying the knot, Hula and Alakai didn't just kick back and let life happen. Nope, they rolled up their sleeves and jumped right back into the family business. Each of them took charge of different parts of their father's empire, showing they weren't about to sit around waiting for decisions to be made. They led armies, crafted new laws, and kept everything running like a well-oiled machine. Talk about taking the reins, huh? There's a fascinating story about how Hula played a crucial role in saving the entire empire, and it's one that really makes you think about the strength of women in history. Picture this, Genghis Khan, a legendary figure in his own right, was gearing up for war against a tribe known as the Tejuk. This showdown took place at the Kalka River, and things were intense. Genghis Khan split his army into three parts. One was under his direct command, The second was led by his son, Ogedai, and the third, that was led by none other than his daughter, Hula. Isn't that incredible? Now, let's be real for a moment. Hula's army was smaller compared to her father's and brother's forces, but that didn't stop her from stepping up to the plate. She had to face the enemy head-on, making split-second decisions that could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Most people assume that Hula and Ogedai fought side by side, but there's a chance that Hula was leading her own separate army at the same time. This just goes to show how she was a true leader in her own right, navigating the chaos of battle with courage and skill. Sadly, history doesn't give us a ton of details about what happened next, leaving it up to our imaginations. Just think about it. Hula and Ogedai had to collaborate to outsmart their enemies and protect their father. What an incredible team they must have been. Their story is a powerful reminder of the strength found in unity and the impact of strong leadership, regardless of gender. Anyway, after winning the battle, Genghis Khan divided the conquered lands among his sons, but he gave Hula a special gift. He appointed her as the guardian of the northern border, an area called the Kipchak Steppe. It was a dangerous job, but perfect for a strong, smart woman like her. Basically, Genghis Khan wanted his daughter to be in charge of keeping the empire safe from anyone trying to sneak in from the north. This showed how much he trusted her skills and bravery. History leaves us hanging a bit when it comes to what happened next. It's likely that Hula kept on working with her father until he passed away in 1227. After that, her brother Ogedai took over as the new leader of the Mongol Empire. Now, here's the thing. We're not entirely sure if Hula stayed in charge of the northern borders or if she headed to the capital to help her brother with ruling. But one thing's for sure, she didn't let being a woman in a man's world hold her back. Hula showed everyone that she could lead with confidence, make tough calls, and even fight right alongside her family. How inspiring is that? She really broke barriers and proved that strength knows no gender. Hula's legacy is a reminder that anyone can step up and make a difference, no matter the odds stacked against them. Okay, now let's talk about Genghis Khan's youngest daughter, Alakai. Unlike her sister, not much is known about her life. We don't know exactly when she was born, who she married, or where she lived. But what we do know is that she was a force to be reckoned with. You might think Gaik would totally blow a gasket and start yelling, right? But here's where it gets wild. He actually played it cool. He pretended to be totally on board with their decision, saying he'd choose his cousin, Batuyi, as his deputy leader. Sounds chill, right? But hold on. Here's the kicker. Behind the scenes, Gaik was up to no good. He pulled a fast one on Batuyi, tricking him into drinking poisoned milk. Can you believe that? It's like something straight out of a thriller. This sneaky move not only got rid of Batuyi, but also let Gaik seize control of the entire empire. Imagine the shock when everyone found out. Batuyi, who thought he was stepping into a leadership role, ended up being a pawn in Gaik's twisted game. It's a classic tale of betrayal and ambition, showing just how far someone might go to get what they want. In a world where loyalty is everything, Gaik's actions raise some serious questions about trust and power dynamics. What do you think? Is ambition worth the betrayal of family? This story definitely leaves you thinking. At first glance, it looked like Gaik had come out on top, but little did he know, Alakai was keeping a close eye on things. She caught on to the fact that Gaik had totally betrayed his own cousin, using sneaky tricks and a dose of violence to grab the empire for himself. So, while Gaik was celebrating his victory, Alakai was plotting her next move. You can bet she wasn't going to let this betrayal slide without a plan of her own. As the tension builds, it's clear that the stakes are high. Will Alakai confront Gaik? What will happen next in this tangled web of betrayal and ambition? Stay tuned, because this story is just getting started. In the end, it was Alakai who stopped Gaik's reign of terror and saved Mongolia from falling into chaos. She convinced everyone that Gaik was a bad leader and that they should replace him with someone better. To this day, she is remembered as the hero who saved the Mongol Empire from falling apart. The story of Genghis Khan's powerful daughters is absolutely fascinating. Even though history books don't spill all the tea on them, we can definitely tell they were incredibly smart and brave. These women were not just sitting in the background. They were determined leaders who took charge and made their mark. Can you imagine the challenges they faced? They didn't let anything stand in their way, which is seriously inspiring. Their contributions helped shape the future of their empire, and that's something worth celebrating. But hold on a sec. Before you head out, there's something special I want to share with you. If you've loved this video and are curious about incredible women who've made history, you've got to check out this video right here. And hey, don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more thrilling stories from the past. Thanks for being a part of this adventure through time. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.